Not many men want to be with a woman who's already had a kid with somebody else. Single moms, y'all are not in the same category as women without children. You taking me out on a date, when you buying me dinner, why not buy my kid a meal? If you want to be just as appealing as a woman with no kids, all you gotta do is... What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Date Theory. You already know who it is. Come on, by now I ain't even gotta tell you. You know I'm the one bringing the game. You ladies already know the name. Touche. Back with another one. Listen, you probably noticed I'm a little different. Last episode, I did show and reveal our new logo on the shirt, right? You see it right here, and now I got it in black. I actually love it. There's an outline of the heart, and then this time I understand where it is. And you can't really see the black fading of the brain, but it's there. I don't know. I actually didn't really talk much about this and why I chose this. So real quick, it is the perfect representation of what I feel dating is. You literally have to be in sync with your heart and your brain. And they both have to actually work collectively and say, you know what? I'm gonna date and I'm gonna pick the right person. And that shit is hard. So I figure, as that's probably the biggest thing that we fight today is between our emotions and what we know, that's gotta be the logo for what I'm doing. Now, today's episode, I was thinking about probably the most challenging woman that I've dated, and one really stuck out to me, right? I'm not talking about like a person. I'm talking about the type of woman and her situation. Right? It was always the single moms. Anytime I would date a single mom, it was a different set of rules, a different set of how to deal, how to date, right? And I always felt, for me personally, that was actually the most difficult type of woman for me to date. Now, put in perspective, at the time, I probably lacked the emotional maturity to actually date a woman with kids. And rightfully so, you know, I was a little bit younger, so trying to date a single mom, your expectations as a man is a little bit different. Now, today's episode, I want to talk about how we as men view single mothers on the dating market. Because ladies, let's be real, single moms, y'all are not in the same category as women without children, right? Because a man is going to see that and already categorize that and filter that into what it could be in his expectations of what talking to you would be like. As I told you, for me, it was one of my biggest challenges, like dating a woman with kids. Every time I would see a woman and she would put in her profile, you listen, it's not just me. I have a little one. I don't need a daddy. I just, I'm trying to get to know you as a man. It would always be in the profile. And every time I would see a woman with a kid, it's like, damn.
What?
I can't really take her serious. I can't do it. No. It's not for me, because I'm thinking like, I love to be mobile. I like to go and do as I please. And I want a woman that I'm dealing with to just kind of be available at any time, right? Because we're dating, we're trying to be spontaneous. We're just like, yo, come meet me right now. We're gonna go smoke hookah on a boat. Single mothers, however, y'all have a different set of rules.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Now we're talking about how men see you ladies, right? And I know a lot of y'all got kids and it didn't work out with the baby father and all that stuff. That's why y'all here, because life happens, right? Not all the time you're going to match with the right person, have the right life and create, It doesn't work out like that. So on the dating market, how does this exactly make you look? Well, ladies, I told you my perspective already, how I viewed a single mother at the time. It does require a bit of emotional maturity. Most guys on the dating market, depending on what they have going on in their life, it can go one of two ways, right? Like if a guy has a child, I would think that he'd be more susceptible to talk to you and build something because he already has a kid. So it matches up with your expectations because y'all going through some of the same shit, right? You're both single parents trying to date. The other thing is the men who don't have kids, right? Not many men want to be with a woman who's already had a kid with somebody else.
So that was a lie.
And now y'all can't have that the first time with each other. Guys are going to think, you know what? I'm not going to go ahead and raise someone else's kid. Ladies, that's why it's so important for you to set expectations early on of what this means to date me. There's not so much the aggressive expectations like, you gotta date me and my kid. First of all, when I read something like that, I'm just like,
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
you delivering it to me like I need to make sure that I'm aware that I gotta have both of y'all, right? Like, as a man, you're just like, I don't want to take care of both of y'all. Like, if that's the way you putting it. Ladies, I know a lot of y'all are strong. The mother's gotta be strong. Not just having that kid, but raising that kid. You gotta sometimes play both roles. And that's unfair, but that's life. But that also tells me as a man, like, oh, you got it. If you let him know, like, listen, I don't need you for this. This is mine. I got this. Because men will say, you know what? It ain't an expectation, but I want to do it. Ladies, what are y'all expectations when dating a guy and letting him know that you have kids? What is your expectations for said man? And by the way, you need to be realistic and direct about that. Don't say, I got this. I'm going to take care of mine. But realistically, you want him to help take care of yours. There are many of which women set those expectations like, oh yeah, you supposed to get my child too. Oh, you taking me out on a date when you buying me dinner. Why not buy my kid a meal?
We don't do that here.
Ladies, you can't just go ahead and do those little things and squeeze in your kid whenever you need something to come with yours, or get upset if he doesn't do the little things that you think he should do, because number one, it is not his child. And that is completely okay and up to him. But having the expectation that he should do that because it makes you happy, because you want him to do that, that's where y'all fuck up. Don't go out with him and expect him to do something for your kid because it would be the nice thing to do. Because nobody gotta be nice. Being nice is a choice, okay? If you are kind, that is a characteristic. Kind people do nice shit. Now, setting those expectations to the side, that's all important to how we view y'all. Does that hurt you in the dating scene? Putting out those expectations? Possibly, probably. It'll be a lot harder for you to find a good man that way. You know, it's all about how you convey the message. You want him to choose to do what you'd like, because that's how you really can tell the type of character of a man that you're dealing with. And if that matches up with what you're looking for. Let's talk about boundaries. Boundaries are probably the most important for a single mother. I know y'all have to set them differently. You have to be a little bit stronger on that. One of the boundaries that I've definitely come across with any woman I was dating with kids is her time. Guys that are listening out there, really tune in. You cannot date a single mother and not be considerate of her time.
You serious?
Fellas, understand that mother worked her job, took care of her kid, and then found someone to watch her kid and agreed to some time for herself. So her setting aside those 2-3 hours for you, it's a little bit more important than what you're doing.
Oh, hey, I'm just about to go to bed. I know we couldn't Skype tonight, but...
Now, your boundaries are going to actually set how we see you. Your boundaries are going to tell us what we can do, what we can't do, and what we might try to do. Now, and understand that, and understand when you set those boundaries, you're going to have all the control of how this connection is about to work. Now, how does that make y'all look? Not as appealing. I'm just kidding. This is what y'all can do to be just as appealing as a woman without kids. Keep this in mind. This is some really powerful stuff I'm about to tell you. It's going to be a gem, so really listen in. If you want to be just as appealing as a woman with no kids, all you got to do is lie. That's right. Lie about your kids. You ain't got them. I'm just kidding. Of course, you can be just as appealing as the woman without a child, because you have already learned a skill set that woman has not. And creating a life, nurturing, growing, like I'm telling you, nurturing is something that a lot of guys will not put in their profile that they're looking for as a quality they want out of a woman. But ladies, how many of these dudes are mama's boys and they love to be nurtured by their mother? That tells you everything that you need to know right there. You got a bunch of mama's boys who want another woman to take care of them. And if that shit don't work, use the gym. Lie. Now, lastly, I make this my last point, right? Because I think this one is actually the most important. When to introduce your person that you're talking to your child. Now, let me tell you this. It's not up to you.
How? Hold on, bro.
I know. You're like, who is it up to then? Who is it up to, Touche? I don't get it. Is it up to my baby daddy? No. It's actually up to your kid, believe it or not. How I think about what I would have liked as a kid is for my mother to approach me and say, hey, I'm dating someone and I really like them. They're a nice person. This is what they do. And, you know, I may not even understand everything at that time. And is it okay if you meet them because this person is important to me? If my mother would have just given me that choice, I think that actually will go a long way for you ladies. Also, the way a woman handles when to introduce me to her child is also very appealing as a man. The way we view that's completely different. Like, if I meet a girl right away and she wants me to meet her kid that easy, I'm gonna think you don't evaluate people enough to bring around your kids. You just bring anybody around your kid. Like, do you really care? You just be out here letting anyone have access like that? That could be a turnoff for a lot of guys. But if you set boundaries, set expectations, and you let them know, like, listen, it's going to take a little time, that is actually super attractive to a man. Because it's like, not only is she taking care of the kid, but she's also letting you know, like, listen, I don't need you for this. This is a separate part of my life, and I got this. One day, you may be able to get there and see how wonderful this is, but it ain't today. I hope this video was super helpful and gives you ladies a little clarity on how we as guys view you on the dating market. Maybe some things you can consider and do that may change or help you in your dating journey and finding that person that you really want. Ladies, you already know what it is. You know where you at and you know who you with. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.